So guys, I'll be cutting the trouser first. Yeah, so I have two methods of cutting trouser. I'll be doing the first method today. Maybe next time I'm cutting trouser again, I'm gonna do the second method. Yeah, trust me, they're both easy to learn, yeah, and easy to cut. So you decide which one is easy for you, which one is better for you. Yeah, so you just decide basically. I'm definitely going to show you how to cut both methods. So down to the measurements, you need your waist to hip, your half length. Your half length is basically your knee but 2 inches above your knee. Then your full length, the thigh, the hip circumference, yes, because we're taking the waist to hip, so this is hip circumference. Then we also need the half length circumference, or round half length, and we also need the trouser length circumference, that's the opening of the leg. So it depends on what you want. If you want it pencil, you want it wide leg, just take the measurement of what you really want, right? So I'll be dropping the link for how to take measurements and measurement calculations that you need to know. Yeah, so it should be in the description box below. Just go watch the video on how to take measurement for blouse, skirt, gown, jumpsuit, trouser. So I'll be dropping measurement for all of that. You just go watch it, and also how to do the calculations, because in this video I don't think I'll be detailed about the calculations. So you just go watch it so you have an idea. That's if you don't know about it yet, so you have an idea of how to calculate when cutting basically. So let's just go right into the video. So to cut a trouser, yeah, you fold your fabric into two. The measurement you take, that's from here to here, the measurement you take is the thigh measurement, because that is divided by 2, so that's the biggest so far, and my thigh is 23, and that divided by 2 is 11.5. So if you measure, you see I have 15, right? I have 15 here. So after you divide your thigh into 2, add extra 4 or 5, yeah, but basically 4 is fine because of the thigh measurement we're going to take. So now we're going to be taking the vertical measurements. We'll be taking the vertical measurements. The vertical measurement is basically the waist to hip, the half length, the length, yeah, so that's the vertical measurement, while the horizontal is the round hip, the round waist, the round half length, like that. So that's the horizontal. So right now we'll be taking the vertical measurements. So let's go, guys. So I'm definitely going to draw my baseline. Baseline is basically where your waistline, that's where you're starting the measurement, when you start taking the measurement here. So you can actually measure yours half an inch, yeah, so half an inch is fine. All right, so now I'll be taking my waist to hip. So my waist to hip is 9.5, yeah, 9.5. Then my half length is 19, and my full length is 44, so I'm going to add extra 1 inch for the hemming allowance, so that'll be 45. Okay, so we'll do that here as well, so that we can draw a straight line, to have an accurate straight line, to be precise. So 9.5, our half length is 19, and the full length plus the allowance, that's 45. So to get the crouch line, right, to get the crouch line for the trouser, you need, it depends actually, yeah, you can, for someone on the slimmer side to to the medium side, let me say the hip of 42, you use 1.5 inch to take, that's 1.5 inch from the hip line. So for me, I usually take 1.5 inch, but if you have a bigger hip, you can do 2 or 2.5, yeah. So for me, I'm taking 1.5, yeah. So now we have to straight the line. Okay, so I have my waistline, hip line, crouch, line, my knee length or half length, and the full length. So now we're taking, before we take the horizontal measurement, we need to take out one from this corner, the folded edge, the edge is folded. So you come to the waistline, you take out one, okay? You take out 1 inch on the waistline, then on the hip line, half an inch on the hip line, then half length. So this depends too on how curvy the person is. For me, I'll just go with 1. I'm not curvy, so I'll go with 1. Same thing, I'm going to mark on the length. So it's for us to just get that curvy shape. So if you can take from 1, 1.5, 2. I think 2 is the maximum you can go for. So depending on how curvy the person is, either 2 or 2.5. I'm not so sure, but for me, I'm taking 1. So when I'm done drawing it, you understand why we are doing this. Alright? Okay, we join the lines together. So remember, the waist is 1, the hip is half, and these 2 are 1. That's because it's me. I don't have. I'm not so hippie. So when we get to this area, we just kind of like curve it. If you have a curve ruler or a French curve, just to get that. So I don't know if you can see it now. So it's giving you that hip effect. So now we've taken out, we've gotten the curve line. Our measurement will start from the line, no longer from the edge, but from this line that we just mapped out. So that's where our measurement will start from. So the waist, my waist is 27. So you divide by 4. 27 divided by 4, that gives us 6.75. So we mark out 6.75. This is 6, this is 5. So somewhere around here. Then we add 2 inches extra. So this 2 inches basically is for darts. That is 1 inch, and the other is for the sewing measurement. So my hip is 38. So 38 divided by 4, that's 9.5. So that's 9. This is 9.5. We add extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance. Then for the crouch measurement, we use the tie. Okay, so my tie is 23, and we divided by 2 because we have 2 legs. So divide by 2, and that gives us 11.5. Yeah, so we take 11.5. This is 11.5, and we add extra 2 inches. Right, extra 2. Okay, remember, take your measurement from this line, not from the curved part, but from this line, not from the folded part, rather. Sorry, not from the folded area, but from the curved line. That's where you take a measurement from. So my tie is 11.5, and add 2 to strap. Remember the crouch line, we came down by 1.5 from the hip, and we used our tie for the measurement on the crouch line. Okay, so now for the half length or our knee length. So I want it wide, but not so wide, not so palazzo, but just a bit wide. So I'll take a measurement of 24 for this half length circumference. So 24 divided by 2, that is 12. Whoa, it's quite big though. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to reduce it at this point. That is actually quite big. So I'm just gonna do 11. Yeah, that's 11. Okay. So on the knee and the length, we don't add any allowance. For this method, we don't add any allowances. So just the measurement you took. So I'm doing 22 here. That's divided by 2 gives us 11. So I got 11 here. Then for the length, I'm taking 20. So divided by 2, that's 10. Remember, no allowance. No allowance. Right? You have to make them equal depending on what you want. Trust me. There's no one size fits all. Anything you want, baby girls, you have it. So now we square up the line, square up this line, and so to get the curve, the crouch curve, this is how we do it. So this, I'm going to start from here actually, put something obstructive view. So you curve it, make a curve. So please assign it, make a curve. Make sure it touches this line, then this one. Send it. Don't forget to send it. So basically, this is the curve. Then we join this to the waistline. Remember again, this is for this method. There is another one, and there are several methods. Trust me, but these are the two I find very easy. Yeah, very easy. So now we've gotten our crouch curve. I go over it again. This is the waistline, the hip, the crouch line. I came down 1.5 inch because of my size. If you're bigger, down, like if you're bigger in the hip, make it 2.5, dependent, please, dependent. Then the half length and the length. So we took the round measurement, we added 2 inches on the waist after the measurement, 1 for the darts, the other for the allowance. For the hip, we added only 1 inch allowance. Then for the crouch, we added 2. Then for the tap, for the half length for the knee and the length, there is no allowance, just the measurements, right? Okay, so let's connect this to this. So now what I do is I don't join basically because the curve. So I like using my body here to make the curve more appealing. Yeah. Okay. Right. So basically our trouser is ready. Basically this. So what I want to do next is, it's an high waist trouser, so the slant, the waist slant is definitely not necessary. Yeah. So I'm just going to take my darts, just mark my dart. So to take your dart, the dart is your nipple to nipple, the distance from this nipple to the other nipple. So mine is 7, and we divide it by 2, that's 3.5. So we add an extra ½ inch because of the sewing. So okay, so this is my dart. I'm gonna notch it out. This is done. Time for cutting. So guys, I've folded the back part. This is it. So this is the mini fabric. So I folded into 2. Yeah. Remember I got 2 yards of this. So if you're bigger than me, please get more than 2 yards. Alright. So I've placed the front one on top of it. This is straight end. So when folding the second one, please make sure it is 3 inches more. 3 inches from the crouch, if you get me, the crouch. So make sure it's 3 inches from this crouch point of your front part. So just measure this front part. What do we have? We have 14, right? We have 14. So add 3 inches. So that's 17. Yeah. So you're folding to make sure the line, what you folded is 17. Okay. So you understand when we start cutting the back part. Okay, so basically nothing much to do here. This back one, nothing much, just to add extra allowances. That's what we do basically in this front part, back part. So we'll start from the waist part. The waist part, we add 1 inch. We add 1 inch. So we add 1. So when we come to this crouch area, this crouch pointy part, we are adding, from there we added 3. Okay. 3, this is 3. Alright. Then continue adding 3. But sometimes when I make my trousers, I kind of like, I used to. Yeah. But for this video, let's give it a 3 inches. Okay. done. So now we're going to draw the curve to meet up with this part. Okay, let's do this. Normally like taking it down like this, just below. Okay. If you can't use your hand free sketching, you can get the curve ruler, right, to do that to help you curve it out. So I'm going to join right now. It's a curvy edge, not a pointed edge. Alright. Basically, the back part is done. It's all over. So let me just square this part so that when sewing, one part will be longer than the other. Okay, so let me do this. Okay. So we're done cutting the back part. So just mark it out. Remember, with this fabric you can tell this already has a chop on it, so I won't touch it. Then remember we have the dots, so you just trace it out from the front one and just mark. Just basically just notch it. So I fold and then notch. Okay, so I've notched this. So this, the back part is complete. So guys, cutting. So we said you're done cutting the front piece and the back piece of the trouser. Now it's time to cut the band, the waistband. All right. So this is how you do it. You can decide to fold it, but I'm not folding this. All right. So my waist length is, my waist is 27. So I'm going to mark 27. This is 27. Then I'm adding two extra inches. Okay. Right. Now we take the band width. So the band is, when you unfold, it will be 2.5. But when it's open like this, because I'm not folding it, open like this, I'm taking 5. So when I fold it, it's 2.5. Then I use half an inch to sew into the trouser. Then it becomes 2. So basically your band width is going to be 2 inches wide. Alright, so now I'm taking 5 here. I'm going to gum hairstay on it to make it firm, to make it thicker. Yeah, because if you don't put hairstay and you put it on your waist, whenever you wear it, it's folding up. But with the hairstay, it's stronger. Yeah, so it just sits on your waist without any folding. So I'm going to do this off the camera, and then show you guys when I'm sewing. All right. So guys, this is the end of the cutting video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you learned a lot. Should in case you don't understand anything or something is not clear to you, please let me know in the comment section. I will definitely reply you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. See you another time. Bye.